Hey everybody, how we doing? Sunnyvale Reject back in the house with another little video for you after a bit of an absence. And to tell you the truth, I'm distraught, I'm depressed, I'm disappointed because I had to go back to work last Monday. You know, no students are there. They won't be there till this coming Monday, but we were writing our syllabus, getting our lesson plans in order, and, putting posters and all those non-negotiables up on the wall. So the kids will be there Monday. I'm really trying to find some books that I can match kids with that will inspire them to read. So you have to find books that constantly keep them entertained, and the font has to be right, the cover has to be perfect, or they won't even pick it up. And so this can be kind of hard and daunting, but over the past few weeks I've gone to Thrift, Half Price Books, Goodwill, Salvation Army, and Amazon, you name it, to find books to match with these kids who are reluctant readers. So today I've got a back to school book haul for you, and I hope you enjoy it. All of the books I'm going to show you are going to students 11th and 12th graders, except for the last two. Those are mine. I'm keeping those for myself. I have a friend who's an agent and an editor, and she's a wonderful poet, and she writes nonfiction too, and her name's Jen DeBellis. And she's helped me out a lot, tremendously, throughout my writing career. And she always gives me books to give to my students, so I'll show those first. And I want to say thank you so much, Jen. But here's Warrior Sister, Cut Yourself Free. This is a tool to help kids, no, everybody, navigate their way through trauma. And we've all got a little bit, don't we? But I know kids that can really benefit and grow and enrich themselves from reading this book, and you can too. It's Cut Yourself Free. I love the cover and I like the feel. It's really nice. What does it say though? Warrior Sister, Cut Yourself Free from Your Assault is a vital and timely self-help book for teen girls, young women, or anyone working to overcome physical and sexual assault trauma, as well as the professionals who serve them. Yes. I'll find somebody to give this to who will appreciate it. In one of her phenomenal poetry books, this is New Wilderness, and I have always loved this cover. Yeah, this feels good. It feels like a hardback, even though it's paperback. It's real sturdy and well made, and it was also an International Book Awards finalist, so give it up for Jen DeBellis. Thank you, Jen. Really appreciate it. So these books kind of have to run the gamut, so you'll see it's a wide variety of books. We got to start somewhere, so let's go. The Sweet Hereafter, Russell Banks. Have you heard about it? I've heard about it for a long time. I've never read it. And the people that I know that have read it said it's wonderful, but it's really sad, but also very realistic. So this is The Sweet Hereafter by Russell Banks. In The Sweet Hereafter, Banks tells a story that begins with a school bus accident. Using 4 different narrators, Banks creates a small-town morality play that addresses one of life's most agonizing questions. When the worst things happen, who do you blame? And ain't that the truth, man? We want to blame somebody. Rarely ever is it ourselves. We don't really want to look in the mirror too much. Maybe this is one of those books that'll help us to come to terms with having to look in the mirror. Oh boy, it's The American Night. Jim Morrison. I love this book. I love everything about it. I've read it several times. In fact, I'm rereading it now. I'm on page 65. I don't think I'll finish it before Monday. Well, sure as hell try. If you like the Doors music, especially that record, The Soft Parade, pick this book up because a lot of those songs were poems first and they're in this book. If you've never heard Jim Morrison's poetry, it is a lot like the music, but here we go. This is Walked Through. I walked through the Panther's living room, and our summer together ended too soon. Stronger than farther, strangled by night, rest in my sunburst, relaxed in her secret wilderness. This is the sea of doubt, which threads harps unwithered and unstrung. It's the brother, not the past, who turns sunlight into glass. It's the valley, it's me, testimony from a strange witness. I've got a few poets at my school. Maybe they'll take a chance on it. Then we got a memoir by Augustine Burroughs, A Wolf at the Table. A Wolf at the Table. It got really great reviews, and I think the father is a professor or a teacher, and I'm not sure if he's capable of loving his son, but the son just wants love. And it's a poignant memoir, sometimes kind of hard to swallow, but I don't know. There's a few messages that I've taken out of it so far. And yes, I'm reading this one too. I'm on page 88. I have a serious problem. I'll pick something up and read it, and before long I'm 100 pages in. But so far, I really like it, and I hope the kid that I find to give it to likes it as well. What about this? It's Ridley Pearson. No witnesses. No witnesses. These kind of books go for $0.25 plus like 2 cents for tax at Salvation Army. You cannot beat that. And this is a nice copy. No creases. No tears. What's it about? He's committed the perfect murder. Now he'll do it again and again. Innocent lives are being snuffed out in nice suburban homes, in clean kitchens and children's playhouses. A Seattle food company is crumbling, and veteran homicide sergeant Lou Bolt and police psychologist Daphne Matthews are clawing at the case from opposite ends, unearthing microscopic evidence and the chilling psychological profile of a murderous product tamperer. Shit, that's scary, and it does happen. Y'all know that. Be careful what you eat, where you get it from, what country it comes from, how it's packed. Make sure you wash it and soak your fruits and vegetables. Hell, everything we put into our body kills us. If nature didn't make it, don't take it. Okay, so moving on. I know y'all know this one. It's Contact by Carl Sagan. Now this is a fat, chunky book. Probably got 1 billion pages in it. It's like 430. It's going to be hard to convince a kid to read this, so I got to find some kid that's interested in, science, the cosmos, physics, that kind of thing. But God, it's a glorious thing when somebody comes back to you and says, "Thank you, Mr. Stocks, for this book. I loved it." And you're like, "Thank you, sir." Or ma'am. Moving on. We got Barbara Michaels. Look at that. I like this cover. Search the Shadows. That's really cool. I didn't know anything at all about the book, and it's got a little tape holding the back cover on, but I know I liked this. That cool step back art. Can you see that? Gets me every time, man. I pick it up and I flip through the pages, and this is a pretty solid copy too. It can't be beat for under $1, Haskell Maloney came to Chicago to study Egyptology, following in her mother's academic footsteps. But it was more than a degree she was seeking. Haskell was looking for answers to her mother's untimely death and the true identity of her father. Soon the startling truth was seeking her, watching from the shadows of a cold, silent museum and waiting for a chance to kill. Now that's a blurb that'll get a kid's attention right there. It got mine. What do you think? And this is all embossed too. Have you ever read this? Hell, what'd you think? Guys, as always, please like and subscribe if you like what I do, because I need you and I love you. And I've almost got 500 subscribers. I owe it all to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're new, welcome. But thanks for watching. Thanks for the wonderful comments. I love hearing from you guys and responding. Thank you so much for everything. Too far. All I know about this is that it's a YA book. I don't know anything else. I have no idea. I just love the cover. I don't know if it's independently published or not. Not a lot of information is out there. But this description it's quoted. Yeah, so it's a passage from the book on the back is it just blew me away. I really liked it. Here, I'll read it. Dream, Robbie, dream. Right here, right now. Anything you choose. Crack the sun open and paint your face with its yolk. Cast the fragments from you and turn the world to smoke. Pull the tacks from the night and roll the sky up. A new universe. Say the word. I'll make one for you. Just you and little Fristine. I'm the dream man. Bid your curled body goodbye and come with me. Now, doesn't that sound really cool? And this is a nice, clean, solid hardback that a kid should be proud to walk around with and hold in his hands, because the other kids see it and they're like, "What are you reading? What's up?" And the cover's got to look cool, or they're like, "That's lame." You know what I'm saying? These kids are hardcore, cutthroat. Read a little bit about this. This sounds really cool. I have a student in mind to give this to who wants to write. Been trying to convince her to look into a BFA program, maybe then an MFA program, but she's got the skills. She really does. I just hope she doesn't ever give up. So, They'll Never Catch You. Stella and Ellie Steckler are only a year apart, but their clashing personalities make their relationship complicated. Stella is single-minded, driven, and she keeps to herself. Cross country is her life, and she won't let anything get in the way of being the best. Her sister Ellie is a talented runner too, but she also lets herself have fun. She has friends, she goes to parties, she has a life off the course. And then it goes on and on, like, come on, spit it out. But I flipped through some pages, and it's like a teen slasher, it sounds like. The cover's kind of nice. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. All right, look at this. This is a good find. Check it out, y'all. This is a book club edition, but it's a first edition, and it is Cemetery World by Clifford D. Simic. He wrote a lot of books. Have you ever heard of him? I had never heard of him until I found this book and started flipping through the pages. And, you know, I'll often bring my phone with me and look stuff up before I buy it, you know. But Cemetery World, the book is nice, man. Look at that nice big readable font, which the kids like. They'll look at that. They'll look at the cover. They'll look at the font. And if the font's too small, nothing else matters. One of the best-loved storytellers in science fiction has created a lovely and terrible world 100 centuries into the future. Earth, graveyard to a galaxy. Those who can afford it ship the bones of their dead loved ones back to Mother Earth, man's ancient birthplace, ravaged 10,000 years earlier by war. Earth was reclaimed as a planet of landscaping and tombstones. Sounds cool, and sounds like absolutely our future if we don't change our course. Get our asses back on track and start communing with nature again and taking care of this damn planet, because none of us are getting off this rock alive. This is our home. Hell, we can't even make it to the nearest planet, so take care of Earth. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Check it out. Stephen King, Just After Sunset, stories. Come on, man. Surely there's a kid at my school that will love this and be inspired and, who knows, write a story and maybe start themselves off on a whole new trajectory. A lot of famous people didn't start out being writers. Like Raymond Chandler, for some reason, comes to mind. He was in the oil industry. The industry or the company he was working for tanked at the time, and he went into writing, and it turned out to be his calling in life. So you never know. Never, ever sell yourself short, okay? You can do amazing things. All you have to do is try it. When people say they want to write a book, I'm like, well, why haven't you? And it's because people are scared to try. They're scared of criticism, and you can't be if you're going to be a writer. Say what you got to say, and it's okay to process it, you know, and work through it at the same time you're saying it and kind of invite the audience into that process, but do it, damn it. Don't keep it inside it. It feels so much better to write your trauma out, hearkening back to Jen DeBellis. Write your trauma out, and then it's not in here. It's in here, and you can lay that damn book down and walk away, right? All right, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books left. Check it out, y'all. Come on. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Lewis Duncan, classic. I know a kid is going to love this, and it's going to change their life. I'm going to get them to write about it, too. That's another thing. I have to make them write and do graphic organizers, or hell, I don't know if they're really reading it or not. And they don't just work on computers. They handwrite for me, and they write in cursive, so I know damn well that they're doing it themselves and not copying and pasting. And if there's any students watching this video, you know I love you, and that's why I got to be hardcore sometimes. I want you to be the best versions of yourself that you can possibly be. I'm sure you guys know what this is about, but some secrets just won't stay buried. They didn't mean it. They didn't mean to kill him. There was a party, and it was an accident, but they had futures to protect. So Barry, Julie, Helen, and Ray swore one another to secrecy. But now, a year later, someone knows. Julie receives a disturbing anonymous threat. I know what you did last summer. And then all hell breaks loose. I like this. Matte finish. Feels good in the hands. Font is just right. Yeah, it's going to be a good book for somebody. I've got part 1. I haven't read it yet. Here's part 2. It's Clown in a Cornfield. Friendo Lives. The cover rocks, man. You guys probably have read this. You're probably familiar with it. I haven't gotten to it yet, but it was one of the first books I bought. Well, part 1 was. When I started watching folks like Shadyside Library and Cameron Chaney, those guys are still the very best, and props to them. But they inspired me to check, a new a new type of book out, YA thrillers and YA horror. I'd never really read anything like that before, but I am all in, as you guys can see now. And it just reminded me of the things that I missed coming up as a reader, a very serious one. And it reminds me of the nostalgic era I grew up in, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. It was a good time and some great books. And this harkens back to that time. This type of book, It's Clown on the Cornfield, too. What's it about, you ask? It's the sequel to the winner of the 2020 Bram Stoker Award for Superior Achievement in a Young Adult Novel. That's saying something. After barely making it out of Kettle Springs cornfield alive, Quinn's first year of college back in Philadelphia should seem safe and easy. All she wants is to forget what happened and be a normal kid again, but instead, Quinn finds that her past won't leave her alone when she becomes the focus of a host of online conspiracy theories that claim to prove that the Kettle Springs massacre never happened. Those damn deniers. Clowns in a Cornfield. What a wonderful title. It provokes a pretty spooky image, too. Yeah, not bad. I can't wait. And I got part 1. If anybody says they want to take this, I'll give them part 1, too. Hell. Okay, guys. Last 3 books. Somebody's going to love this. I almost don't want to give it away. It was a great find, and it's like in brand new condition. It's Fear Street, The Stepsister. This had really good reviews on Amazon and Goodreads, as far as a Fear Street or book goes, I was like, well, why not? Hell, I don't even have this one, so after the kids read it, maybe I'll take it back and add it to my collection and read it, because I've heard great things about it, and I believe there's a Stepsister 2 as well, Nice copy. I like these, what is this, a Simon Pulse teen thriller? Like, this is new. The other editions that look like this don't have this. That's new. Okay, so the stepsister. Emily wants to like her new stepsister, but it hasn't been easy. As soon as Jessie moves in, she takes over Emily's room, steals Emily's clothes, and lies to everyone. That rascal. Then Emily picks up Jessie's diary and learns a horrifying secret. Is Jessie really capable of murder? Emily tries to tell her parents, but nobody believes her. They never do. There literally could be a stalker, serial killer, demon, monster under the bed or in the closet, and parents will say, it was just a dream. They'll shut the door, lock it, and walk out, and then you know what happens. Okay, guys, the last 2 books. Now, these are incredible finds. When I saw them, I kind of went dizzy. I couldn't believe that I was seeing them on the shelf, and I had the receipt sitting over here. I misplaced it, but these books were $1.50 a piece. Come on, you're going to know how excited I was when you see One Evil Summer, Fear Street. Now, I hear this is a crazy book. Crazy. I haven't read it yet, but I cannot wait. And since it's still on the fringes of summer, maybe I'll give it a shot. I hate that. I did that myself. It was there was a crease there and it was kind of brittle. I just ripped it right on off, man. What is this about? Help. Wanted. Summer at the beach and Amanda Conklin stuck in summer school. Well, at least she doesn't have to take care of her little brother and sister. That's Chrissy's job. Chrissy seems like the perfect babysitter, so kind and trustworthy, but Amanda soon discovers Chrissy's terrible secret. Babysitting is Chrissy's job, but killing is what she does best. Man, I don't know. I heard that cats don't fare well on Fear Street. What do you think, man? I hope not. Maybe she's just spinning it around saying, Kitty, I love you, but I don't think so. That's One Evil Summer, and you're not going to believe this. This is the last book. This is definitely going on my shelf in my collection. Look at this beauty. It's Christopher Pike, The Hollow Skull, and it is a beauty. It is in such good shape. I couldn't believe it. My God, look at that. This one's kind of hard to find. I see copies online every now and then, but in the wild, in its natural habitat, I've found this probably makes the 3rd Christopher Pike book I've found in the last couple of years. The world was ending and no one knew. There is something wrong with some of the people of Madison. They look the same, they talk the same, they even seem to love the same. Yet late at night, when few are watching, they meet and talk among themselves about the foolishness of people and the end of the human race. They do more than talk, for these people are no longer really people at all. Something has entered their skulls, pierced their souls, and changed them into strange alien beings that have only one desire: to transform humanity into a nightmarish race that exists only to inflict pain. Okay, you got me. That cover got me. And the description's tight, man. It sounds like it's far out. And it's a beautiful copy. The world was ending, and no one knew. What do you think? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I won't keep you any longer. I've got some great books here to give to some kids and hopefully inspire them to pick up another book and another book. And as they read, to up the rigor, to start at something like this and to end with Dostoevsky, some profound universal theme that can be derived from a master work of art, So thanks for chilling with me today, checking out my books, and as always, stay cool, never ever stop reading, and like and subscribe, please. I'll see you guys soon.